Creator! I mean, he's spawning in the top left side. I wouldn't be too opposed to see him versus Solar again either, because what he was throwing down in that PvZ, it felt a bit out there, right? It felt a bit loose. And I wouldn't mind to see whether or not he can tighten the screws on those build orders a little bit to just make it a bit more clear as to what he was trying to achieve in those situations. Anyway, regardless, the Red Brodos from Team NV, Creator. Bottom right side, the blue Brodos player fighting for Alpha X. Oh, what a beautiful team. He is ZOUN. Alright. Beyond so strong. I mean, yeah, he really is. Just when you think you held the attack like 3 times, you're like, alright, well, that must be it, right? Nope. No, sir. Beyond comes in again and will haunt your dreams. Surprising how many SCVs he still got to make there as well, right? I think he just stopped making 3 Marines at a time, just went for the 2. And then just kept making SCVs. Weird situation anyway. Alright, both of them just kind of scatting around. Both of them going for the Stalkers. Interesting place of the pylon to be. Sometimes we do see it over here. I suppose he just really wanted to make sure nothing just kind of sneaks on by without being spotted by the pylon there. Is he going to cancel? Yes, he is. Makes sense because, well, it wasn't blocking the Nexus. ZOUN here delaying his Nexus slightly in order to get himself the 2 Stalkers out. Of course, cost a bit more minerals rather than the 2 sentries here. Does mean that ZOUN should be able to get himself a bit extra attack slightly a bit quicker. Or if he goes for the 2 sentries right now, of course, then not as much. Alright, goes for the 2 sentries right now. That means he does have the 2 extra Stalkers here in the middle of the map. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, he's still going to try to push in here. This is a very weird battle right now. Suddenly, yep, there's 2 more Stalkers there, Creator. Has to use the recall, and we'll be able to get away with a single Stalker here. 4 Stalkers still quite a scary thing overall, but there is the shield battery. 2 Stalkers here with the sentries. I think, you know what, nothing too bad will happen to Creator. Maybe a single sentry here or something like that, right? Maybe he's going to be able to pick something off, but he's not even going to attempt it. Already a 3rd Stalker there anyway as well, right? Not really worth the hassle. Twilight Council's coming up for both players. The Forge a lot earlier here for Mr. Creator as opposed to ZOUN. ZOUN going for the double Adept instead. Will hopefully get himself some probe kills with those. Make that worth it for him. Oh. That's a probe there as well, actually. Right, so wouldn't have gotten anything done anyway, regardless. We'll be able to keep the Adepts alive, though. That's nice to see. That is nice to see. Was only a single Stalker still chasing them. 3rd base for ZOUN coming up as well. Same for Creator here. Both of them sticking to the Blink technology tree, as well as the robotics facility also coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them go into a quick disruptor play there with the Blink. Maybe a couple of those immortals wouldn't hurt too much either, of course. Quite a strong unit, anyway. Okay, still gets two of those probes. Has a pylon over in the bottom side as well. Did the hallucinated Phoenix scout that? No, it didn't. Good start there for Mr. ZOUN. What's the unit count like? Very, very similar. A slight worker lead here for Creator, I suppose. Two of those adepts did get perished by the Red Army. So far, neither just quite yet making a full committal to any type of robo play either. So it may have been a bit too quick to assume that we're going to get this disruptors. Of course, you can just utilize the robo as well for the stealth detection. Quite necessary as well. Otherwise, you could just get blindsided by DTs and instantly lose a game of PvP just like that because of that. It's never really what you want. Oh, Sentry does get slain. Needs to get himself that other Guardian Shield settled. He has another Sentry there for Guardian Shield, but will not be going for it for the time being. Moves a little bit further backwards. Weird battles continue onwards. No Guardian Shield this time for Creator, so things should be going into favor for ZOUN here. But yeah, still a bit of a stalemate overall. We'll have an Immortal soon together for Creator here. Oh, saw the Observer. We'll be able to get that. Linking forward, trying to get rid of this. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Shuts down the shield battery. And we'll be able to shoot away at some of the Stalkers as well before the Immortal comes in here. The Immortal definitely gonna make this a lot more difficult for ZOUN. May have to consider just moving back home again. Without any type of real firepower units of his own in this situation. Getting 5 more gateways fully committing. Actually 6 more gateways. Jeez Louise. Is he going to attempt a 4th base as well? That's the next question, of course. Just more and more of the Immortal being constructed here for Creator. As ZOUN is more so going for, I would assume, the Zealots here. The Archons. Similar stuff happening for Creator though, of course. You really do need yourself a couple of Archons in order to deal with those Zealots. Especially if they get to the ridiculous kind of numbers, right? Okay, blinking into the main. Shield battery overcharge there, trying to save some probes, but that's too much firepower there to save anything, really, with the one-shotting of those Stalkers. Getting the probe on the 3rd or the 4th base as well, actually. That's a good call. War Prison being spotted out as well. Never a good thing. Shame ZOUN does not have that Observer together with his army. Otherwise he would have been able to see that Observer in the middle of his bases. There's those Immortals. Let's see which army is better now, whether it be the full-on Archon Zealot army, or if that's still a little bit better to have yourself a couple of those Immortals mixed in. I think just considering how many Stalkers are still within these armies, I would always prefer to have the Immortals rather than not having the Immortals. But I do need to target fire the Stalkers here, of course. Not going to work out all too greatly if you don't do that. Oh, we'll find the Observer. That's nice. Okay, a bit more in the dark now for Creator. More difficult to see where he needs to set up with what type of unit composition. Stalker's going in first. Just trying to get some of the poke damage settled. Forced out the blink for Creator here as well. It's always good. Oh, blinking forward on top of the Immortals right now. Gets the War Prism. The War Prism with 2 Immortals in it. That's quite the snipe. Now, is that going to be enough here? Still a lot of Archons ready to snipe away at those Zealots. You're not allowed to just send in all the Zealots at once. That is going to be too much painfulness. That AoE will stack up quite quickly, and your meat shield's going to vaporize like nothing you've seen before. More Archons going to get constructed here by ZOUN. I'm a bit surprised, actually, that even with those with that War Prism snipe, things are not going more heavily into the favor here for ZOUN. Maybe they still will, though, of course. Upgrades are similar as well. Both have the 2-2 weapons attack. Here we go. Okay, Zealots on the back foot of things, getting us around, but mostly just finding a lot of Archons there. It's not the units they were hoping to engage. 2 more Archons coming in. Zealots. You know what? This is a nice bit of just slowly whittling in, but I mean, also means that there's a lot less DPS coming out of those Zealots here. If it was more of an open area, it would be a lot easier for ZOUN, of course, to get that fight going. Have all his Zealots just kind of wrap around the red Protoss. But in these choke points that Creator's continuously setting himself up in, not quite a possibility. Although, you know what, this is starting to maybe make it a possibility. Okay, the Zealots wisely go up to the top side here, trying to engage the Stalkers. But it was maybe a little bit too little too late, as the army of Creator here is still a bit too intimidating. Those Archons in particular would have liked to have seen this one being sniped, but okay, 5th base there, getting cancelled. No 5th base attempted yet by Creator. Just gonna restart that immediately. Has his army here now. Has Disruptors with this force as well. Finally, oh, that was a beautiful Disruptor shot there. A bit further, deeper into the deep end of the pool. As the Blink Stalkers blunk away, instantly getting back on top of that Disruptor shot. Quite aggressive blink forwards here, getting on top of the Disruptor. So there was another shot available, though. And that takes care of most of the Stalkers there from Creator. Creator's Archons and Immortals absolutely terrifying, though, in numbers still. Quite the powerful units available. The Zealots are no longer being held backwards by Archons here from ZOUN himself. Just needs to have more of those Disruptor shots coming in here. That's a reasonable one. Gets rid of another one of the Immortals, but it still, once again, will be a cancel on that 5th base here for ZOUN. ZOUN may want to consider trying to take that base elsewhere. Alright, who's taking the better trades overall so far? Well, that's rough to say. I guess it's, well, it still is ZOUN, right? A bit extra gas lost there, but I don't know if that makes up for the 1000. I guess gas is just way more important in PvP. So it's a tough call to make, really. Zealots coming towards the top side there. There is another base for ZOUN here in the top right side being constructed. A couple of Stalkers that I would like to see try and make something happen here. There is a War Prism with those 2 Archons. Getting another War Prism snipe, that would be quite something, of course. Small outcropping of Zealots there to the top side. Will force quite the response, actually. Most of the army coming that way. And another cancel was forced out. Getting rid of that one as well. So yeah, now both of these players with the Disruptor army. We're gonna see Disruptors versus Disruptors. It's like watching Banelings versus Banelings, right? But then like late game Banelings versus late game Banelings. It's quite something. Again, another Zealot run around here. On top of this expansion, instantly cancelled once more. Yeah, ZOUN is really struggling here, trying to get that base going. Had a pylon there as well. Oh, wait a moment. Oh wow, that was something else. Sorry, I just man, that was, I just caught the tail end of that. But yeah, ZOUN setting up a bit of disruptor shooting there, attempting to lure Creator into that position, already shooting those disruptor shots even before he saw anything come in, thinking to himself, alright, he should be here around this time. Well, I guess he did have an observer there, actually. Hold up. So yeah, using that observer, getting a beautiful connection onto so many of the disruptors right there. 5 disruptors pretty much go down. Very good flank indeed. Oh, sorry, that got me quite ecstatic there. More Zealots again on the top side. Not sure if he got another cancel on that Nexus. Things are happening quite everywhere right now. Both players finally having secured a 5th base. I guess this one got taken out as well. Oh, careful guys. Careful guys. Not when we're not watching. You're not allowed to do that stuff anymore. Only when the camera's on you. Alright. ZOUN now a little bit more blind, having his observer been taken out. Quite the force of units here though on the top right side. Looks like ZOUN is ready for that opportunity. More disruptor shots here. Only getting a couple of outcropped units, you know, here and there, a few. Archons. First to go down in this fight here. Do we have a base trade? I think we may have ourselves a base trade, guys. Coming into the triangular 3rd base location here. ZOUN getting pressured on 2 sides at once though. He's trying to get a recall going. There we go, disruptors. I'm not sure if that's the right way to utilize your disruptors. Is he going to be able to hold his own here? He still has the Stalkers and a couple of Zealots on the offensive as well. Got to blink away. Oh, just, okay, barely not getting that, but still will be able to keep most of those forces alive. Creator, it looks like he is getting the better end of this trade though. The attack on the top side did get taken out also, but quite a bit of the forces for Creator is still alive. Army supply looking good. Worker count looking good, and of course he has still this one base here in the bottom left side. Just one base ahead overall right now is quite something. Especially considering there's just not that many bases left anymore with minerals in them, right? The main bases and natural bases pretty much mined out, so it's 1 base economy versus 2 base economy. Okay, here we go again. Disruptors trying to get, well, recalled in. This time around it looked like it did a little bit better. Still losing quite a few of them, but we'll be able to take out a lot of the Stalkers with them. DT harass kind of coming in also. Zealots, you may as well try to get rid of those disruptors, but yeah. Oh, this could be, yeah, well, no. Not quite, not quite. So a lot of disruptors here for Creator. Six in total. That's quite a bit of firepower. Good snipe on that Archon. Alright, here we go. We'll be able to set up that base. This base, I mean, it had to be recreated as well. Going back and forth in this one. Economy should be jumping up into ZOUN's favor again, but the army supply really still quite far apart. Dark Shrine for ZOUN is going to get sniped off as well. Creator not sticking around for too long though, realizing that there is always the possibility, if he's not watching for a second, suddenly Disruptors will just be able to take out his entire army here. Oh no! Oh, that was massive connection right there for Creator. Now just jumping forward, getting on top of the rest of the remaining Disruptors. And I think this could be it, guys. There's not much left here for our blue Protoss. Trying everything he can in order to take out those Disruptors. But yeah, there's just not enough. GG is called. Creator takes game number 1. Alright. Alright. You know what? That was a nasty one. That was quite the match there. Going back and forth with a lot of Disruptors, a lot of explosiveness. And just when you think one player is ahead, suddenly another Disruptor hits and the tide turns. The tide turns quickly with this matchup. Saga. Saga? What's Saga mean? Saga. Ibnida. Saga Ibnida. What's that mean? What's Saga Ibnida mean? I don't know. Oh, it's fun though. I'm actually being able to read some of it now. I know all the characters, I think. I know all the characters now. There may be some, like... Because I know there's some rules in Korean as well, right? Where this character sounds like this, unless if this character is behind it. Then it suddenly becomes this kind of pronunciation. And then it's like, huh, alright, well, interesting. You have that with everything, right? For example, if you have read or read, right? Or dad and pay, dad. I think that's something like that, right? Couple of different things that happen there in that language as well. All right, anyway, here we go. Game number 2. Graz. Father. Graz. Well, I guess that's... My dad. Father. Right? That's not one. That's the one. You don't say dad. Daddy. It's not what you do. Alright, anyway, guys. On the verge of extinction right here, this blue Protoss race from Alpha X needs to win 2 games in order to get himself into the deciders match right now. Oh, he's on the verge of just being the first player to be eliminated from this group. He is ZOUN. Bottom left side, the red Protoss from Team NV. He is Creator. 1 game away, 1 victory away from obtaining a rematch here with Solar. We'll be able to see if we get some sort of sense out of the plays that we saw attempted in that previous best of 3 between the two. Because it did feel a little bit loose, right? It felt a bit improvised, perhaps. And I don't think Creator is a player that would just improvise out of the blue. Just be like, you know what, no, I'll just improvise here. Maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong with that, but... Proxy Stargate. Alright, creator of course keeping tabs on the ZOUN space, realizing that there's no second pylon there. He's going to be checking around overall to see if he can find something. Let's see the pathway he is taking so far. It's not really going to go there, is there? It's close though. 2 adepts now coming in for ZOUN as well. Could be good. There's already that probe there. Just needs to make a shield battery or a pylon. Should be able to do it, right? Yeah, there we go. Creator on the ball here. Gonna put down his own proxy pylon, perhaps. Did he already scout anything here? He did not. Stalker may have a good opportunity to do so. There we go. Okay, does find out what is going on here. Worth 2 Stalkers on top of that pylon here, trying to get that harassment going. Actually shooting the probe first. There are 4 adepts as well. The 4 adepts will beat out the 2 Stalkers. But the 4 adepts are aiming towards the main base instead. So this pylon will be going down. Only a single Oracle here. The Oracle trying to get rid of the probe at the front door. I believe that was the plan. But he's getting absolutely stampeded all over, I feel like. 3 more Stalkers here. Full Creator being warped in. Only a single Stalker available for ZOUN at the moment. I mean, that is gonna be trouble. 5 Stalkers are gonna be able to beat back 1, even with a shield battery there. It's gonna be too much. Status Trap only catching 2 probes right now. That is just rough. Alright, well, down goes the shield battery. That Nexus, quite a difficult thing to keep upright for the time being. ZOUN attempting to utilize that high ground right now in his best capabilities, but there's more Stalkers coming in. ZOUN, I'm sorry to say it, buddy, but there's a full wall off right now. You're gonna have to recall those adepts or something. He doesn't have the energy to do so. That's it, guys. That is another GG right here. We're gonna have Creator going up against Solar in another round. GG is called.